Hello, it's Damian. Thank you so very much for joining me today. The topic I thought we could discuss together is one regarding business ownership and the entrepreneurial spirit. In the summer of 2017, I was fortunate enough to meet with some business leaders here in Las Vegas. And in the meeting, we discovered that if we worked together, we could actually be providing a value and service to the community. So we came up with an educational platform where we can provide a 360-degree approach to business ownership to help optimize the entrepreneur. So if you were new in the industry and you were just starting your business, the Business 360 Success Program can assist you. Or say you're a professional who's been in the business for over 20 years, like I have, then you can still come to the seminar and get benefits as well, because each one of us provide a sliver, an aspect to how to be an efficient and optimized business owner. So through our talents and our skills, we've come up with this platform that every Friday at the end of the month, we get together, and you're welcome to join us, and we provide free food. You can come, you can listen, and you can learn about administration for your business. You can learn about exit planning, for example. So if you wanted to sell your business at some point in time, you can learn how to properly position yourself to get top dollar for your business if that was something that you were motivated by. Some people are motivated by nonprofit work and they want to be of service to the environment or to others or to animals. And you can come and you can learn about how to properly do those kind of things. You can learn about marketing and how to build a website or SEO. You can learn about corporate structuring, like is the part that I educate on. And I provide this for you as well on what the proper structure is for you. For example, if you need an LLC, a C corporation, or an S corporation, we can go into trusts. We can go into all sorts of different entity structuring types to help benefit you. We can go into mail services. But one of the best ones that I found last time was one regarding relationships and how to properly build a relationship with your customer, your client, or your whoever you are working with, and how to create loyalty with that customer or client through relationship building, through recognizing their benefits as well and your benefits to them, and working with that. So part of the presentation that I gave, unfortunately, I was the first one to speak, and the camera situation wasn't quite fully functional. So I would like to just take this time right now to go over quickly the presentation that I gave last month. Now, again, every month we get together the last Friday of the month, and this coming Friday, this will be the next one, I'll be speaking about the entrepreneurial journey and the 12 steps on how to recognize where you are on your path. But for the sake of today, the leaders of Business 360 Success decided that we should start with what some of the problems are. And then we can move in to some of the solutions to those. And then we can go into some of the benefits. So first of all, are you prepared for a business lawsuit? In 2016, there was a 37% increase in ADA lawsuits. There was over 91,000 workplace discrimination suits filed. And here in 2017, they're expecting a 12% increase for employment claims. How businesses open themselves up to lawsuits, number one for me, is the result of inadequate business structuring. Understanding the difference between an S corporation, an LLC, and a C corporation is critical on your foundational business environment to make sure that you are properly structured so that way you can move forward and grow and build on top of that entity structuring type, because each one is different and each one provides different benefits. So if you have inadequate business structuring, you can open yourself up to tax consequences because you're not taking full advantage of your entity's benefits, because each entity does provide you certain tax advantages as well. You can open yourself up to litigation. You can, of course, undue stress could come out of not being adequately structured. There are attorney and court fees that add up because you have to redo past errors, so that way you can build from the past errors, so that way you can rebuild correctly. You also have business savings could be wiped out. You could business closure could happen if you're not adequately structured, and also, of course, your termination of your hopes and your dreams. And that's a big one for me, because one of the things that I like to talk about is the best business model that I've seen are ones that provide joy and purpose in your life. And what I mean by that is things that you are passionate about, and things that you can make a decision on too. Decision is a key critical role in finding the right business model for you. This finding your passion, what you enjoy, and then making a decision for that business model. So, solutions, protection through strategic business structuring. There are elements of strategic business structuring, and I call them the 4 basic elements. Number 1 is asset preservation. When you are a business owner and you realize you start accumulating wealth, because wealth could be in the products that you carry because you're selling them to the public, and you're getting a lot of inventory in. That could be wealth, and you want to preserve those assets. You also, because you're successful and people enjoy your products, maybe you've accumulated money, and you want to use that to grow your business. You can do that as well. You also get liability protection when you incorporate. And the liability protection happens when by separating the liability from other partners that you may have. What that means is that, say that one of your partners is an extreme skier, and you know that they could hurt somebody or hurt themselves any day now, because you're worried that based on their activities that eventually there's something's going to happen, and you want to protect your business and protect yourself from anything that any of your partners do as well. So you can limit that liability in the business. So whatever they do on their off time is up to them. Also, you get tax savings. One of the things that you get when you incorporate is you do participate on a different level, if you will. And on that level, not necessarily a higher level or lower level, but on that level, there are rules and laws that are in place that provide tax savings for people. So you have write-off capabilities. So you can make more money by doing that. One of the great mantras out there is, there's one called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And you have 2 dads. One dad makes or they both make $25,000 a year, but one dad makes $25,000 a year and is an employee. The other dad makes $25,000 a year and is a business owner. And how the concept works is very simple. As an employee, you make money, you get your taxes taken out, and then you get to spend what's left over. But as an employer, you make money, you spend your money on what's necessary and ordinary for your business, and then you pay taxes on what's left over. So you can see that there is a difference between gross and net. Also, one of my favorite parts of structuring is strategic planning. Through structuring, you can actually position your wealth in such a way where it can live well beyond your years, and you can have your stock, if you have stock in a company, given to people who you feel can run your business adequately. If you feel your children are adequate enough to run your business, you can have strategic planning and family planning kind of mixed in, because your children can take over for you as well. So these are some benefits that you have with corporate structuring. There are different business structuring types. Of course, the most common that people don't even realize is the person themselves. No structure. Technically, you are, as an individual, as a person, you are registered, and you have a social security number, and you are a commerce unit, and you may not realize it, but you are technically participating within the system when you have these things like a driver's license and a social security number. So you have no structure. So that is the highest taxed, of course, of all. And when you do structure yourselves, then, of course, those benefits are given to you of less taxation if you are utilizing it correctly and utilizing it for ordinary necessary income. But basically, a no structure, think of it like an employee. Now, an employee is not wrong, not nothing like that. But with an employee is it's an agreement that you have with your employer, where your employer says, I will pay you X amount if you provide these tasks and these duties. And if you feel that that pay is justified, whatever it is that you want to get paid as an employee, you feel that that's good, then you'll perform those tasks and those duties. So that's more of a contractual relationship between the employee and the employer. But at some point, hopefully, the employee realizes that instead of growing somebody else's dream, and again, there's nothing wrong with growing somebody else's dream, they want to grow their own dream. And so they move from a no structure to what you could technically consider like a sole proprietor, where they're actually understanding that, now that they're getting into business for themselves, they can take advantage of certain things. They can write off certain parts of their business, their activity, because it relates specifically to business. Also, there's the limited liability company that I go into. And the limited liability company is a partnership. And I'm not to get into too much detail, but with a partnership, it does require 2 or more individuals to participate in a limited liability company. Now, there are S corporations as well, and an S corporation follows little different rules. They actually have stock certificates, unlike an LLC, which has what's called an operating agreement, and it's more like a contract of duties and responsibilities that you put down on paper. In other words, you say, okay, so there's a group of us, of partners, we want to get together. Each one of us provides, let's say we put together a mining company, and with the mining company, one of us provides the equipment, the other one provides the land, another one provides the labor, and each one of us has duties and responsibilities to the group to provide these aspects for a common goal. So generally, LLCs have a lifespan to them, where there's a finite goal in the end that you're trying to reach. With an S corporation takes advantage of the partnership arrangements of the LLC. So it's a hybrid part of it, but it also has stock certificates. So it's a partnership with stock certificates, but it has to be a what they call a small business. And a small business, just for ease, just think of it as an entity that has 100 or less stock certificates. And that is what an S corp. There's other aspects of an S corporation. It's a flow-through entity. In other words, it basically zeroes out its return. It flows the profits or liabilities onto the officers, the business owners. Like an LLC, it flows the profits or the liabilities onto the managers or members, which is the people who are the owners of that LLC. So an S corporation flows the profits and liabilities to the owners, and an LLC flows the profits and liabilities to the owners, as opposed to a corporation. Now, a corporation is a different type of entity. A corporation doesn't have to be a partnership of 2 or more like the S corporation or the LLC. In the state of Nevada, for example, which is where I live, you can have 1 or more individuals in the corporation. Now, a corporation files its own tax return separate from the business owner or owners. Unlike the LLC and the S corporation, again, it flows to the individual. The C corporation has its own. And this is, I think, why people think that it's unfair. I've heard this before. That's unfair that, corporations are treated as people. But it's because of the how the tax system works, that they are treated as people, because it files its own tax return, just like an individual does. So, but it does, a C corporation can do everything that an individual can do, but one thing. And this is what separates it from a true person or individual. The C corporation does everything but think for itself. And that's where the officers come in. And a C corporation uses a different format to operate its business. Again, the LLC, the operating agreement in an LLC, provides duties and responsibilities and has a one goal. But with a corporation provides resolutions, amendments, and minutes, and bylaws, and I call this RAM. And what the bylaws do is the bylaws are really the legal framework in which the company has been organized. And then you use resolutions, amendments, and minutes to shape and mold how that corporation is going to interact with itself and with the environment of clients or customers or the services that it provides. So it uses this to kind of shape and mold itself to change in order to suit the business environment around itself. And that is what a C corporation is. One of the things you'll find interesting maybe is that every Fortune 500 company in America is a C corporation. There are a couple reasons for that, some ancillary points that I'd like to bring up. And one of the benefits, by the way, of doing the presentation here at home as opposed to in front of everybody is I only have 7 minutes on some presentations and I have 20 minutes on other presentations. Here I can just talk and go into greater detail and give you some more information. But on the C corporation, with the resolutions, amendments, and minutes, you shape and mold your business environment to suit the needs of what you find yourself in. So, for example, if you're making fidget spinners and you want to get into Beanie Babies, with the C corporation, you can add on new arms of your business as long as the owners of that agree. So, but that's a C corporation. Next, strategic structuring protects and preserves. What's protected? The rewards of your efforts are protected, and in a business structure, you're separating your personal life from your business life. That is a big benefit to some. So you can accumulate wealth and health on your personal side, and in your business can accumulate wealth and health on its side, and you can separate those two. Your business stakeholders, if you get large enough, if you have like a mining company, like one of the things that I'm involved with is I really enjoy mining. And in order to separate anybody who invests in mining, you can protect your stakeholders in that by offering them stock certificates, things like that. So that way they know that they have something of value built in. What's protected? Also your clients. Your clients feel better when they're dealing with a business as opposed to dealing with an individual because it's more prestigious as well. Psychologically, it helps and it shows longevity and shows commitment to what you're doing. Also, one of the things that helps is your family. It protects your family as well. Again, you don't want all the things that you've accumulated in your life to be taken away because of improper business decisions. If you make improper business decisions, you have to suffer the consequences of that on your business side. And if you make improper personal decisions, then you should suffer the consequences on your personal side. So what it does, what the law helps you do, is the law helps separate the business from the individual part. So you can protect your family that way. Also, with strategic planning that I mentioned earlier, where you can build in that they take over your business as well, anything happens to you. So you get greater protection of hard-earned assets, you get greater shield against business closure, and you get reduced tax exposure. The reduced tax exposure helps because the more you participate in the legal structure, the more write-off capabilities you get, the more benefits you have. If you have employees, they try to assist you there because they want to encourage growth in your business. They want to encourage job participation. They want to encourage environmental protection. And also you get greater peace of mind knowing that you're not working for somebody, you're working for yourself. So you rise and you fall based on your own merits and efforts. So these are some of the things that I find a benefit to business ownership. And some of the things I would like for you to reflect on. Are you interested in being a business owner? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you have ideas where you want to put into place to participate in society? How is your business currently structured? If you have one, because we had a lot of business professionals at the last meeting when we gave this, and so this was a big topic, how they're currently structured. And do you understand your business structure? Do you understand the differences between them? And is it the right fit for your needs? Does your CPA or tax preparer have access to your structured documents? Do you have conversations with your CPA or accountant? When did you last review your business structure? One of the things that I do is that's my primary focus is making sure that you're optimized and efficient with your business needs. How are you maximizing the opportunities that come with an optimal business structure? And again, this is why we have the Business 360 Success Program last Friday of every month, is so you can come and you can understand how to maximize the opportunities, how to benefit from them, how to be a leader in your industry. And also, it's really designed to have access to people who can assist you in all different areas that you feel like, because every business owner I run into, they are very, very talented in certain areas, and then other areas they haven't paid as much attention to. So what they do is they hire somebody to fill those needs, to fill those aspects, so that way they can focus on what they're good at, and they can put somebody in a place, in an aspect where they feel that they're lacking, and then that way that can assist their business as well. But as a business owner, you don't just want to delegate your responsibilities to other people. You want to fully understand all aspects of your business. And so this is, again, why we put together, these leaders put together this program. So that's pretty much my presentation that I gave last month. And of course, I made it extra long just because, to give you guys a little more information. Because you didn't come to the seminar and get all the information. And the next one I'm going to do is about the entrepreneurial journey and the 12 steps on how to be efficient in that. So thank you so much for listening. If you guys have any questions, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you guys think about business ownership, if that's even of interest to you, if you think it's worth it, if you think you have a good idea and you want to put it into place. Like, for example, right now I'm working with somebody who is putting together an expedition to Antarctica. And I'm assisting with that, and I might actually even go with them on this. So that's a big opportunity. So there's lots of different businesses. So, I have another person we're working with who does indoor farming, and I find that to be extremely fascinating on how to properly structure that. And also, as you guys know, I'm really into Bitcoin, and I always integrate how to add Bitcoin and cryptocurrency into every business model who's interested in doing that as well. So thank you so very much for listening. I would love to hear your comments about business. I'd love to see you at one of our seminars at the last Friday of every month. Again, it's business360success.com. And you can learn about what we're doing every single month. We put these on, and it's growing here. And so I wanted to share that with you. All right, everybody. You guys have a great day, and take care of yourself, good luck, and have fun. Cheers.